Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. The scenario is Solstice. It was written by Sean Little, who is also our game master, and this is episode 2. Our recap will be given by Ian Christensen as his character, John Burnett. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Ian?
So my buddy Dean, he's a solid guy. Made a lot of money together. He asked me to help his friends acquire something from Dominion here in Boston. One of the Dominion guys joining is kind of the guy with the inside information. Turns out he's an ex-employee now, and he's got a bone to pick with his old bosses. Berkowitz is his name. Turns out he's a solid guy too. More on that in a minute. So these guys, Dr. Brody and his associates Jimmy and Percy, they're weird. I get to the house. Percy's in a dress and makeup, says he's in disguise. He should have probably shaved, though. They're all talking about some weird aliens that could be summoned to Earth with some artifacts they're trying to find. Not little green men, either, I asked. Some weird crab people or something. They say they have one of them, but they need the other two artifacts to make sure the bad guys don't get them or something. Really crazy shit. Anyway, the artifact he shows me as an example of what we're looking for, it's really valuable, like a unique Oriental or South American piece. You wouldn't see those made today. These guys, whatever crazy stories they want to tell, they want me to steal one of these from Dominion here in Boston and maybe another one down in Florida. Dean paid me in advance and he pays well, so I'm gonna do it. Berkowitz agrees to make a scene with a forklift or something at the front gate so I can sneak in the back, near where the guy's office with the safe is. Let me tell you, Stanley did an amazing job. He really gave it to Dominion. A truck full of fish guts just dumped all over their parking lots and smeared all around the building. It was fucking great. I get into the office with little difficulty, pop the safe in a matter of minutes. One small problem though, the artifact thing wasn't there. I got some files and some cash and the most amazingly well-locked little box in the fucking world. But no artifact. So I gave Stanley half the cash for the brilliant diversion, because the only guard I saw all night was chasing him anyway. We eventually smashed the fucking box open and found some weird scroll inside. Looks Greek or something. Now it looks like the guy's got some info in the files that indicates this artifact was at Warehouse 13 a few minutes ago. So I guess we're heading over there in a hurry.
Thank you. All right. What's your plan, guys? You've got your files. You have the two document books. One is the book that is the financial information book for the past fiscal year. It also has the addresses of various businesses within the Boston region that are owned by Dominion. You found a picture of the good doctor. It's when you look closely, you actually remember it, Dr. Brody. It's from the university. It was in one of the magazines or the newspapers a few years old.
Yeah.
But it has your name scrawled on pen in the bottom of it.
Well, I think that we're on our way out the door to go to Warehouse 13 to see if we can find out what's going on. We suspect that Deerworth is up to no good.
Before we head out the door, is there a chance I could look at the other files if there's anything else of note? Did we already search through all those? I know we got the address, but I was wondering, did we search the rest of the files, or?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I could read the financial stuff, but I know I wouldn't understand it, so.
Yeah, I suppose, is there a file on me if there's a picture of me?
There's a file that says Northern Ontario. There's a file folder that says Ohio. And there's another file folder that says third location. And there's also, just so you know, the 2 books. One is like, it's like your typical black leather-bound, leather tied around it. One's the financial, and then it's the same kind of ledger book, but it's actually being used as a diary of sorts by Mr. Dearworth.
Could I start with the northern one? That actually interests me the most, because if they have stuff in there about my family, I'm going to be upset.
How much time do you wish to spend looking at this?
If the other guys are antsy, I'm just trying to get this done before they're like heading out the door.
Well, you want to look at it while we're driving?
Well, it's nighttime. I don't know if that's good reading.
I don't know if they had dome lights in cars back then. I don't want to Google it either.
I'll say 15 minutes unless they give me a hard time and say, no, let's go.
All right.
Well, it's enough time for you to catch your breath and get a drink and,
right.
Everyone just sort of get prepared. If you're just going to skim through it while everyone's preparing and talking about what they're going to do.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's a fairly thick file.
Oh, it's that thick. Okay.
Well, it's like this thick. You can flip. You can flip through most of the pages and get there's no table of contents, but you can flip through and see what's in it.
Yeah.
Maybe not the details.
I'd like to do that. And I think the 2 things I'm mostly looking for is anything about me and my family and anything weird. Like if there's an obvious clue to weird goings-ons, whatever that includes.
Okay. Are you going to start from the front or the back, or are you just going to start flipping through it, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, start from the front and just sort of page by page. If it looks interesting, I'll stop. If it just looks like normal refrigerator cereals repair or something like that, I'm just going to skip over it.
All right. Starts out first history of the town, some information on the Dominion, like the actual mining company. It's as you go forward, it's got a history. It does have some handwritten notes that are fairly, they're legible, but you can see it talks about the original founder of the town. You see that there is if you're skimming. I mean, I'm assuming you're kind of skimming through it.
Yeah.
You'll come across a diagram that shows the markings that were on the wall in the cave in that town. You'll see a diagram that is a conceptual drawing, like really old art reproduction of the drawing of Star City.
Okay.
And I'm just highlights. You're skim through. Yep. More details on the. Is it me? It might be this. Sorry.
Oh, that's what it is.
Sorry. More details on the town. More details on the mine. Doesn't have any details on the things you encountered whatsoever. It does. You see the word cultist now and again, and names of people that you recognize from the town, like the mayor. You're not going to get to the end of the documents in 15 minutes. Okay. It's just lots of details about the town, the area, and the situation from the perspective of someone who's hasn't been there yet, and it hasn't happened yet, but you're not to the end.
Can I get a sense of who is this sort of written for? Is it just basically like an information dump, or is it like literally to Montague or Dearworth?
It's like Dearworth has just had everything that's been provided to him thrown into one file folder about the location.
Okay. All right. So it's just information basically.
You haven't got to the end. I mean, you haven't got to the very end because you just don't have time.
Okay.
While he's doing that, though, can I peruse the one that says where the next location is?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I'm just looking to get some general direction.
Yeah, when you get to Warehouse 13, it has a street address. It gives you there's other warehouses in town. There aren't 12. I mean, it's just like in the city, but in the region there are 13 in total. Warehouse 13 is located possibly about 15-20 minutes drive from where you're located now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant you said that there was a folder that said the third location.
Oh, I'm sorry, third location. Sorry, I was thinking. Okay, yes, the folder that says the third location, it has a whole bunch of, like, it's not as thick as the previous document, if you skim through it in the 15 minutes, I'm guessing the same amount of time, you'll see reference to doctor, a different doctor's name. Oh, actually, sorry, it's on my desktop. Just give me a second. You will see reference to a doctor. It's not highlighted. I mean, it's. I'm sorry about this. Clayton Debussy. Dr. Clayton Debussy. You'll see reference to Dr. Clayton Debussy, and you'll see New York City scratched out, and you'll see Philadelphia scratched out, and then you'll see Boston scratched out. And then it just says Florida ? But then there's more information where you see there's more papers that is on a potential, skimming it again, potential location, Pacific Northwest, nothing found. Potential location, Pueblo, Colorado, nothing found. It's a search. They've been searching for this third location, and the only thing that isn't crossed out is Clayton Debussy, and it has a timeline. Clayton Debussy, Ontario, then Clayton Debussy, gone, then Florida with a question mark, and no further information.
Does that name supposed to mean anything?
Clayton?
Remember. Yeah, I don't remember that name before.
No.
Okay.
If I might say, it does sound rather like an alias.
An alias, Clayton Debussy?
Clayton Debussy. I mean, Debussy
you don't
is
meet many Debussys anymore.
Yeah. It sounds like a made-up name.
It looks like what they're doing is they're trying to track this guy, and if let's say the third guy, this doctor has the third artifact, we don't know what the third artifact does. So maybe they're tracking it because they're hearing rumors about things that are happening in these areas and following them. Because they're following it to Florida, but Florida could just as easily be crossed out. Anyways, we got to get to that warehouse and see what Deerworth is up to.
Do we have a plan at all? Or we're just going to walk in?
Well, I think we're going to get there and we're going to observe and then make our plans. I don't know. We might not want to let them know that we know anything. Hide in the shadows.
It's still the middle of the night, right, John?
Yeah. I say we hide in
yes.
the middle of the shadows and see what's going on.
Okay. Anybody else? Let's go.
I'm just along for the ride, man. I'm here to steal stuff.
Yeah. And hiding in the shadows is
Maybe we'll
I
get
guess
lucky.
that's an easier plan to follow than the last one.
Maybe.
So
we might need your forklifting skills.
We'll see what we'll see what's stashed in warehouse 12.
Warehouse 13.
Yeah, well, he was going to go to 12 to see what's there so that he can then crash into 13 with.
Oh, right. Yeah. Warehouse 12.
They're not
Warehouse
near each
12
other.
forklift.
All right, so we're going to go.
What vehicle are we in? What are you driving? You got a big car, yeah, like a big
touring car.
Yeah.
Sorry, before we go, I just want to get clear. Like when we were at the other building, we were like all set to leave for Florida with no. Are we doing the same thing? Are we going right from the warehouse to Florida?
We might. I'm going to pretty packed up.
Because I'm going to bring the files with me then.
Oh yeah, bring the files. Bring the files.
Okay. Nobody said that, so I'm going to bring them.
That's why I figured you could read them in the car, but maybe there's not enough light in the car.
Yeah, I'll try.
You can use an electric torch.
All right.
Use a flashlight.
So we're off.
Okay, who's driving?
I am, I guess. Driving.
I'm
I-
more than
oh.
happy to if you like.
It's one of those little steering wheels.
Okay.
Are you what they call a low rider?
Yes, it's a little chain.
Okay. I will assume you know where you're going. You must have a map, or between all of you having been there for a while and two of you who've lived there for a while, you know how to get where you're going.
Yeah.
Still, generally, it's like 15 minutes away. It's the other side of this industrial park. Is it still good, Tom? My volume okay?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. The other side of the industrial park, 15 minutes is mainly because you have to drive around a lot of enclosed facilities and walled buildings and such. As you approach the area, it's a quiet end. There's not a lot of industry happening in this area this time of night. You can see the lights up ahead, and there's a fence, like a fence around a facility. And as you approach, I'm assuming you're not pulling right up in front, but as you get close, you can see right on the front of the wall, it says the logo of Dominion, the word Dominion, warehouse, or W13 on the front.
All right. We're going to park where we don't want the lights of the car to have shined on the building. So let's park the car and let's all sneak out. Stanley, why are you wearing a white shirt?
Right.
I'll blend in with the white stucco. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'd assume you turned the lights off before we got to the building. So.
Yeah.
Roll to a stop. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Let's
There is a
sneak in.
gate. There's a gate at the. You can see the gate. The gate is
We're not gonna go to
closed.
the gate.
Oh no, I'm just giving you the lay of the land. There's a gate in the fence. There's a guard post inside the gate. You don't see anyone in there from where you are. There are lights inside the fenced-in compound type area. That's all you can really see from here. You can see the front of the building. You assume the wall. You can get around in either direction towards the back or the sides.
Are there any high up windows on the warehouse?
Yes, in fact, there is a stairway going up the one side that you can see right now. Zip, zip, up to the top where a door, and there are windows on either side of it. And down below, there's a big main door in the front and a door on the side that you can see.
Is there any light coming from the windows up above?
Subtle light, like it's not like
Right.
light streaming out of it. It's just like
Right.
lights are dimmed.
So the place isn't floodlights. It's just
Nope.
somebody's got a light on somewhere. All right.
Boom, ba boom, gunshots
Oh, fuck.
inside.
Oh, goodness gracious.
As you're looking
Oh.
at the window, the light, you can see the flash of gunshots from inside the building through the window. It's muffled, it's quiet. Nobody farther away than you probably heard it. It's very quiet, but you can definitely tell it's the sound of gunshots or shotguns.
Is that what I think it is?
Yeah, that's gunshots. Something's going on.
And we're going towards the gunshots.
Not necessarily. I think at this point I'm frozen.
Boom.
I want to hide in the shadows and see if we can see if somebody comes running out.
All right, I'm done with that.
Was that boom? Was that another gunshot?
Yes, there's gunshots.
Boom, ba boom. Ah! The front door, you see it shake. Something inside the building has hit the front door. The main door doors. The doors go buckle outwards, and then return. But they're.
How big are the doors? They like the big sliding.
It's one big sliding door on a track with a door cut into it, like a wooden door in the front. Something hit the wooden door, but it shook the whole suspended door.
I'm gonna make a run for it and see if I can get up those stairs and look in the window.
Are you
I'm telling
crazy?
everybody. Yeah, a little bit.
With the gate shut, you got it.
No, he wants to go
Is
up.
it chain
You
link?
said we could see the stairs outside, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the fence
Yes.
itself?
Is it chain link?
The fence itself, there's a gate.
I can cut the
Do
fence.
they have chain link back there?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, it's chain link.
I can cut the fence, right?
In my world, it's chain link. Yes,
you
you
have
can.
you
Yes.
have the stuff to cut the fence?
Yeah, I got
He has
a
a bag of
whole
tools.
bag of tools. What was the skill we were using for that? Oh, that wouldn't really be locksmith, but right?
Well, I'm gonna just try
Wouldn't.
to go over the fence because I could do that probably faster than he could cut it.
Mm-hmm. It's about
Cut it for when I
10.
come back.
Open it up and hold it open. It's about a 10-foot high fence, but yeah, you can climb that. Just make a dexterity roll. Make sure you don't.
We have a climb skill.
Yeah, I got a 49 out of 65.
Yeah, you can climb. It's a little difficult, but you get over the other side.
Yeah.
You climb down the far side, and you're over.
I just try to make as little bit of noise as I can. And then I'm going to look around as I land on the ground. And I'm like, you can cut that open for when I come back. And I'm going to run to the base of the stairs and try to go up the stairs really quietly.
Okay.
Well, here, John, let me help you with that fence.
All right. 2 people snipping
Yeah,
away
sure.
at it. You,
What
if
skill
it's
do
2
you want?
people, you're cutting it. Do you know it's not heavy machinery? Do you know how to
That's
operate
fine.
tools? Just
Yeah. No
you're
worries. Then.
clipping. 2
Give me
people
a
using it.
fence
It's not
cutting
gonna
roll.
Yeah, that should be fine. Clip, clip, clip. 2 people you working the clippers. You're good. By the time you clip through it, however, Dr. Brody has made it to the bottom of the stairs. You hear one more gunshot from inside, and then a muffled sound, and kind of a screechy kind of.
Okay.
And then you hear
What was that?
no. Well, you guys don't hear this. The Dr. Brody hears this.
Oh,
You
okay.
hear
Okay,
no,
sorry.
no.
Going
And
quickly up the stairs.
you're okay. So he's halfway up the stairs. What are you guys doing? You can whatever you like, go through.
I'm not running towards no gunshots. I came here to steal stuff, not to get shot.
Yeah, you two. What's Doc's survival instinct like?
Oh well, we've made it through some pretty hair-raising situations.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Did
good.
he
And
go-
you guys got a gun?
I do own a gun, but I don't have it with me.
Well, what's the point of owning a gun if you don't have it with you?
Well, you see, it's a rifle. I thought it might attract undue attention were I to bring it with me.
Fair enough.
It's one thing out in the wild, but here in the city, it's well, it does rather stand out if one has a rifle strapped to one's back.
And maybe you need a bigger dress.
Well, I'm wearing this tweed suit at the moment, as I'm sure you can tell. I am no longer in disguise.
You're at the top of the
Sure,
stairs,
sure.
Dr. Brody.
Okay. I'm going to immediately go up and look in the window.
All right. First up, there's not a lot of light inside. There is some light, electrical lights, some like 2 out of 6 are on right now. In the ceiling, they're the metal shade pushing the light down towards the main floor. Roll a spot hidden.
91.
It's you from your vantage point, you can see that there are rows upon rows. Well, I can tell you exactly how many if you really want to know. There are 4 aisleways with shelving and 3 going in the opposite direction on the far end of the building. So 7 in total aisleways that have boxes and things on them. You can't see any more detail than there are boxes and things on these shelves. You can make out there are some shadows on the floor. That's about all you can really see. You can see towards the front door. There's definitely a darker shadow at the base of that door on the floor.
Does it look like if I go through this door that there's a catwalk around the inside of the
There
going
is.
down 2 floors? Okay.
Yeah, there's as you're looking in the upper floor, like not down below, you can see the catwalk. It goes around the perimeter of the inside of the building. There's one catwalk goes straight across the middle of the building to the far end where there's another door that you can see. And then partway down, you see there's a mobile winch that can be used to lift and raise things and move to the exit doorway.
I'm gonna carefully try the door, see if it opens, or if it's locked.
It's locked. It's a very flimsy wooden door. You feel even yourself, not the most athletic doctor in the world, you could probably, with a screwdriver, pull it off the hinges.
Yeah.
It's an older building.
How about the windows? Are they like this kind of open?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Are they by chance? Am I able to open one of them?
Yep, they're open.
Okay.
Like you can open them for sure.
Okay. So I open one and I look back at the guys and I'm like, and I try to climb through the window.
What is he
You see
doing?
Dr. Brody.
He's nuts.
Certifiably, I think.
We haven't heard any gunshots now for a while.
Nope, no gunshots. Though Dr. Brody, no gunshots.
All right. So I've gone inside.
Okay. Roll a dexterity just to make sure you're not
Don't
smashing
fall.
around.
53 out of 65.
Okay. You managed to squeeze through. You're very slow doing it because you're trying to be quiet. You kind of get stuck for a second, but then you make it through to the top of the catwalk. You don't make any huge noise, but you're inside.
So
you see him.
As long as I am in relative shadow, I'm going to very carefully, rolling my feet, walk along the catwalk so that I don't make any banging noises until I can see something. I'm expecting to see, I'll tell you what I'm expecting. I'm expecting to see dead bodies, and I'm expecting to see giant crab monsters, which I've seen them.
Yeah. Well, as there are less than half of the lights normally lit, there are pools of light. And on the catwalk, there are, of course, pools of darkness, areas where you are in darkness, such as the corners of the catwalk. Walking down the middle, you decide right away is not the best choice because it's like light, dark, but all the way. Around the perimeter, there's only some small areas where it's brightly lit. You move along, and as you're moving, you verify almost immediately that down in front of the main door, you can see that that's definitely a sprawled body and not moving. Shotgun laying down on the ground beside the person. You look farther down the far end, you see what looks like two more bodies laying on the ground. One seems to be in a few pieces, possibly. Hard to say. That's all you see from where you are, but could you do a listen again, please?
47 out of 55.
You think you hear a scuttering, kind of like a kind of noise.
Heard that before.
In the distance. Yeah, it does sound familiar, yes. What's everyone else doing? Not to be loud.
Do we, when should we expect to either leave him or drag him out of there? How much time do we give him?
No idea.
Oh, he's your friend. What do you think?
I was going to ask real quick. So you two were cutting the fence, right?
Well, we've cut the fence probably by now, yeah.
Okay. Percy, are you back at the car? Are you?
Well, at the moment, I'm just standing around by the fence with the rest of you.
With everybody.
But I was thinking that one of us should probably go back to the car, ready to make a getaway.
I was going to ask Sean, inside of the fence? Is it like a parking lot? Are there other cars in?
Inside the fence area.
Yeah.
From where you are, let's just say you're at the southeast corner, or southwest. Say you're at the southwest corner of a rectangular facility, fenced facility. The building is also rectangular, smack dab in the middle of this parking area, concrete area, paved area, whatever you want to say. There's a dumpster, a few garbage cans here and there. There's the guard hut by the front gate. From your vantage point, you can see a single car parked inside the gate near the main large doors. It's a very nice car for the time. Shiny as anything, black, shiny, beautiful car. You can see another vehicle also closer to the guard hut, and it's just kind of a shabby kind of sedan.
Do I recognize any of the cars?
Aha! Oh, very good. Yes, as an employee, you know right away that is Mr. Deerworth's car. He is so proud of that car. He pays staff at lunchtimes. Once a day, he chooses a staff member, a junior one, and pays them a day's wages to polish and wax that car once a week.
Oh. Hey, John. Hey, John.
Yeah, what's up, Stanley?
You see that shiny black thing right over there?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I should vandalize it or steal it?
Why not both?
Well, if I steal it, I don't want to vandalize it. What do you think our odds of getting out of here with that?
How many more cars they got in there? Did you say? There are 2 cars total? One
Just
other
one
car,
other
yeah?
car. Yep. You assume it's one of the guards' cars or a company car they use. I'm not sure.
Probably pretty good if we sabotage their other car.
All right.
Not that I know much about that kind of stuff, but
I might.
do you know anything
Do you
about
think,
mechanical repair? No.
Hey,
You want to
Percy.
do an idea roll, John?
Idea roll. Yeah, I rolled a 7. Extreme success.
With your appraisal skills and your knowledge of the local, less than reputable persons, perhaps, that could be sold for a good penny.
Yeah. Yep. So I might know some guys that would buy it if you do steal it, Stanley.
All right. So, Percy, Jimmy, thinking if we need to book it out of here, it would be a lot easier if we had 2 cars that go in separate directions, right?
Makes sense.
That
Okay.
seems like a good idea.
So, if one of you two wants to go get the old jalopy, and we'll figure out how to get. We'll figure out what Brody's doing, and then if he needs help, we'll drag his sorry carcass out of there, and then we'll book it. Sound good?
Or we disable their cars so that we are the only car that works to get out of there.
That's on the table too. I'll have to inspect the menu over there.
Okay.
Well, you're
Brody,
discussing car theft.
Brody was driving. Did he leave the keys in the car by any chance?
I think that's fairly common back then, is it not? People trusted others.
Okay.
Dr. Brody, you're on board or on tap again here. So you have seen what you wanted to see. Are you doing anything else while they're discussing car theft?
Well, I want to see if there's any evidence of magic that they've used to summon something. That's really what I was looking for. So weird glowing lights or giant crab monsters or anything. If I don't see that, I'll probably roll a POW roll. My willpower is pretty high, and I got a 11. I think I'm probably fighting the urge to get out of there because I'm scared. But I want to see something. I want to see something.
Well, you're in the corner. You are just like there in the southwest corner of the outside of the property. You're in the southwest corner of this building. You can see along the south wall and along the west wall, and you can see these rows and shelves and such. You can't see anything in the far northeast corner or the east side of the building inside.
Assuming that somebody on the ground looking up at the catwalks would probably see me from here up if I was standing.
Mm-hmm.
So if I get down on my hands and knees and I push myself up against the wall and I crawl, I will be pretty much not noticed unless I make noise and if I do see anything, I'll immediately duck down flat so that they won't see anything.
I'll give you that. Well, do you have a really stealth or anything, or a sneak, or kind of a...
Stealth is the skill.
Stealth is the skill.
Sorry, I meant stealth or something that would also allow you to sneak.
I got a 40 in stealth, so...
Okay. Well, let's see how you do.
A 39.
Okay. You do almost bang into something. Somebody left a hard hat or something on the floor, and just at the last second, you almost trip over it. Not out of dexterity, just because you didn't see it. You get to the first pool of light. It's the edge of it, and you are able to skirt it a bit and get to the other side. So now you're at the midway point, and you still can't see anything necessarily, but you can actually now hear, without a listen roll, a man's voice, a pleading voice, and possibly that chittering sound again.
Okay, I'm going to keep going forward.
Okay.
I'm thinking about. Well, no, I won't do that. I'm just going to take the hat and fling it so that there's noise over there.
Throw a rock. We'll make another roll, just one more.
I'm not going to do that though. Okay.
Oh, you're not. Oh, okay.
No, I'm not.
I didn't mean.
Because then they know somebody was here. I got a 17.
All right. You are able to tiptoe as best you can through one more pool of light. Well, the edge again. You get to the far corner and you can just make out a man on the floor, on his back, against the far wall, near a doorway, which is on this would be the west wall. And you can see the corner in the shadows, the shape that you recognize as one of those creatures from Northern Ontario.
All right, I've seen it. Now I'm going to start backing up very slowly and getting the hell out.
Okay.
Which creature exactly? The deer one?
The Miko.
Okay.
You're not even there.
I know. I'm just clarifying.
But now they know. You're out there going, "Is that a Miko?" No. Okay, so you get back to the doorway / window.
Right.
You can see there's actually a lock on the door you can undo if you prefer to go out the door. But
yeah, actually that's easier and quieter.
Yep.
Less risky.
However, before you get to the door,
okay,
down below, you see walking around the perimeter, not walking, well, more like dragging itself, another one of those winged creatures, working its way through the aisles, very stealthily.
Okay.
It is not at present looking at you, but it's looking around, stealthily moving between the aisles.
Okay. Do you want me to do one more stealth roll?
Yes, please.
All right.
That looks bad.
That's a 96.
You trip over that hard hat. No, the other hard hat.
Okay.
Clunk! And the creature goes instantly. Head turns, wings open, and it goes, "Ah!" or whatever noise they make, a screechy kind of reptilian screechy noise.
Okay.
You are 20 feet from the
Okay.
door.
I'm going to grab the hard hat as I'm getting up, fling it in another direction, and then run as fast as I can to get to the door.
Okay. You're at the door. The thing goes clattering off into the warehouse somewhere. You hear the other creature, and you hear a gurgling sound of Deerworth's voice. Your best guess is they ended his life.
Okay.
Or
I
the
get
other
to
creature.
I get to the door.
Mhm.
I open it,
Okay.
and I'm like, I think as I'm running down the stairs over where they are. Okay, now of course they're not there except for Jimmy, and I'm like, I just yell, crab thing, crab thing.
That's what all of you hear from wherever you're standing. Crab thing, and you see Dr. Brody come peeling off down the stairs and into the paved area.
This is before we decided to boost the car, I take it, yeah?
You were talking about it. You were moving that direction. You hadn't quite planned it fully.
Oh, I thought by now they would have.
They're moving towards it. They're moving
Yeah.
to the cars, yes, but they haven't.
Come on, let's
finished.
get the car. What's he talking about crab things?
Yeah, let's hurry up at least.
All right.
So we'll run towards the nice car.
Also, as I'm running, I've pulled my gun out in case I need it.
Oh, Jesus.
He's running with the. Something spooked him.
If you don't mind, Stanley, I think I'm probably going to ride with you.
Which
That's
car are you
fair.
heading towards first? You're going to go for the good car. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they're parked close, then I'll have John like slash a tire or something while we're running past. But
Easy
if
enough.
he's got a knife,
I
He's
got
a
a
box of tools. All right. Tire slash. You're at the good car. Keys are in it. Boom. There's something smashing against the wooden door at the front of the building.
You driving, Stanley, or me?
yeah, I'll drive. Let's get out of here.
I get in the passenger seat.
Dr.
Brody,
you see
get
the one
in.
car starting
Right.
up near.
Well, I was running towards the hole in the fence.
Yeah, I know. You're running towards the hole in the fence, but
Yeah.
as you're running to your left in front of the main building, you see them starting up this beautiful black car. Percy, you're over by the hole in the fence still, or are you with Jimmy? Or what are you two doing?
Well, I think we should go back to the car and get ready to go.
Yeah, I'm not diverting for those two. I'm running for Percy and Jimmy.
Okay.
Go,
All
go,
right.
go, go, go.
All right.
Gonna have to
what are you
drive it
doing?
through the gate, Stanley.
Oh, that's gonna scratch up the grill. Oh well.
All right, I'll open it.
No. It's fine. It's fine. What's $5? You know.
Dump on the door again. Kaboom. Door
If you
hole.
do it
Door
right, you
rattles.
won't damage it too much.
Oh yeah. We're getting out of here.
All right, so just drive around to where their car is, and then we can follow them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna peel
roll
out of
it.
there and blast through the gate.
Oh, you are gonna blast the gate up. Make a
Yeah.
drive roll just to make sure you make it between the guard post and the other side of the fence or wall.
I'll spend 4 luck to make that a success.
Okay. Open that box.
There we go. We're good.
Okay. Boom. Percy, Jimmy, and Dr. Brody, you're getting just as you reach the fence hole and you're all heading towards the other car, you see this beautiful black car smash through a gate, and your sense of value and any love for vehicles you may have is out the window. The gate is obliterated because it's really just a sliding wooden gate that's not for security so much as just to keep people from walking in and out. It explodes, wood and splinters everywhere. Car goes flying on through, and I assume the car turns towards where you guys are going. And at that same time, Dr. Brody, over your left shoulder, you see the doorway to the main doorway, the actual wooden door that's part of that sliding door, smashes to the ground, and this creature's fiddling its way through the door. It's bigger than the door. It's larger than the door, but it's trying to get out. And at the same time, up top where you had gone through the wooden door, that other door, boom, boom, something's banging at it. The glass is breaking in the window, and you can tell the other creature is about to escape from that window as well.
All right.
You're through the fence. You guys are at the other car.
We got to get to the car, and we got to get out into traffic so that whatever it is can't find us.
Perhaps one of you two should drive.
I'll drive.
In the middle of the night.
My adrenaline
traffic?
is like through the roof right now.
No traffic.
I don't think there's going to be much traffic.
There might be some traffic over by the Dominion offices. You know, first
okay.
responders and all that.
We're in Boston. There's 1,000 little roads that we can take. And your car's black. You'll be fine. Nobody will see you.
Did you get the artifact, Brody?
No, but I'll tell you when we're driving. I said, so I broke in there, and there was a catwalk, and I walked along the catwalk. I saw at least 3, maybe 4 bodies. One of them was in pieces. I heard somebody talking to deal with, and there was one of those crab things there. And halfway out, I realized there was another, call them what they are, Miko, that was in there searching around the warehouse, and I made a noise, and it came at me through a hard hat. I don't know if it distracted or not, but obviously enough to get me out. And they're busting out through the doors right now, so they're going to be looking for anything that's moving.
Oh my goodness, we should get moving.
You 3 are hopping in the car and driving, or you are driving now.
Yeah.
Other car, where are you guys heading?
We're just gonna, if they took a little bit longer getting their car up and moving, then we'll just whip around a block or something and then start following them.
Okay, make a drive roll, just sure.
Pass.
Okay.
Yeah. 27 out of 33.
Easy enough. All right. You are behind. You're a little behind each other. You're heading back to the house, or are you heading to
No.
where are you heading? I don't know.
We're heading towards Waltham. Just get there and find a little all-night diner that we can stop at or something. So that's about 20 miles from Boston proper.
All right.
It's a lot of this as you're driving. Lots of trees to block the view.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't wow at my rolls. All right.
I used to drive it every day to work.
I only know where Boston is, and Foxborough and Salem, the only places I know of in the area. Okay, so the 2 cars are heading in that direction. You are driving throughout the night. That's it. You arrive in Waltham. It's 20 minutes away, so let's say it's 2 a.m. So there's got to be an all-night diner around there.
Yeah.
Sean, did either of us catch a glimpse of the things bursting out?
You got in the car. You saw the door being rattled and shaken. You went through the gate. As you went through the gate, roll a spot hit. I'll just tell you what you see if you do okay in the rear view mirror. You're driving, right?
Yeah, I'm driving. So I'm mostly focused on not taking the gate to the face.
I got a normal success on the spot hidden.
All right, you're looking behind you, and you do see the doorway go boom down on the ground. Something busted through that wooden door that's part of the sliding door.
Mm-hmm.
You catch a glimpse of something large and dark on the inside. But you can't. You make it out a head. You make out like an arm grabbing the door frame. It might have looked a little funny to you, like a little odd, like someone had a big glove on, perhaps. But it didn't. You didn't really see anything more than something large, something dark.
Well, the weird thing is it smashed on that big door.
Oh, the door didn't just fall flat. It was like knocked out of the frame onto the
Yeah.
ground, like a brick had hit it.
That's the frightening part of it.
A brick the size of a door.
Right.
I mean, I know a couple things that could bust open a door like that, but
Well, sure.
usually most of them make noise that you'd hear long before,
Like a blow or something.
hydraulics or something.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what Brody says about it.
All right.
My money's on was it crab monsters, crab people?
Hey, do you think you got that artifact he was looking for?
Oh, I don't know. He wasn't in there very long. Things kind of went to shit real quick. Well, I mean, there were gunshots, so.
So we get to the diner.
You're at the diner.
Pull in. Guys, let's go inside and get something to eat. My adrenaline's through the roof. I need something
Yeah, I'm starving.
to calm me down.
They got breakfast all night in this place?
Probably. I'll just walk in.
All night breakfast. Truckers, couple truckers. Well, whatever.
Can we take the booth in the corner over there? Thank you.
Absolutely. Go ahead. Whatever. Don't care.
Coffees, please.
He's fetching mugs. Tired looking guy, greasy apron, just bleary eyed. You can tell it's getting close to the end of the night. Not quite yet, but he's looking forward to the end of the night. Walks over, bam, 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 puts the cups down. One or two of them aren't necessarily unchipped or clean. Pours coffee, brings you a little pitcher of milk and some sugar or cream and use some sugar. Walks away.
I
Did
sit
you get
down.
anything you're looking for, Dr. Brody?
No. I sit down and for a few minutes I'm gonna take one of the napkins and I'm gonna take my pen out and do some sketching. No, but there were at least two of these things in the warehouse. I think Dearworth is dead. I think a few other men are dead. There were bodies. I didn't get a perfect look at one of the Amigo. This is sort of a composite based on what we've seen before. I drew like 50 of these back over the last when I was seeing that psychologist. But it's more or less
Amigo?
The crab thing. These things have apparently been around a while. The Tibetan monks in the Himalayas have seen them. People have translated some of what they said as abominable snowmen, but they call them Migoi. So Migo is kind of what we call them. Anyways.
Wait, people confuse crab people with the abominable snowmen? That doesn't make any sense.
The apparently are I don't know what the word would be, genetic manipulators. Like I say, they were splicing humans and caribou. I think that the big shaggy Yeti Sasquatch thing is just another one of their things. Anyways, this is what we're dealing with, folks.
Huh.
Kind of looks like one of those, what do you call it, praying mantis.
Yeah, kind of. Big claws in the front, wings in the back. And instead of a head, they sort of got this brain thing. And if you look at it, if you're looking at it, it changes color.
Well, that's obviously where you got to shoot them then, right?
Yeah, I think so. They if they don't have some kind of technology. They seem to have technology.
Previously, when we've encountered these things, they've been in out of the way areas, and
way out of the way.
It seems strangely incongruous that they would be in the middle of a city. I can only assume that they must have. You must be right. They must have summoned these
that's
things.
what.
How else could they? They wouldn't willingly come here, surely.
Isn't
Not
that
to
what
a city where they could be seen?
Isn't that what the artifact that he has? It's the one that Purdue used to summon them to Pardue Mills.
Well, it doesn't seem that the summoning was terribly successful.
We still don't have the artifact.
Yeah, crab things to know. Are you wanting to go back and get that?
I don't know. I don't know that they didn't take it away from Deerworth. My guess, at least in my head, is that they attempted to summon them, and they summoned them. And then a gunfight ensued. And
Well, why would you summon something that you have to fight with guns? Why, wouldn't they be friends or something?
Yeah, they have advanced technology. Percy found a what looked like a box with a cone on the end of it. He fiddled with it, and it damn near killed us all. It shot lightning bolts out of the front end of it. I mean, goddamn lightning bolts. These things had a facility that they had created underneath the mountains in Canada. I know it all sounds ridiculous.
That's putting it mildly.
The thing is, you guys are you've gotten yourselves hooked into something that I'm sorry if it's too much for you. I totally understand if you just ran for your lives.
Well, currently tonight's been pretty profitable. I don't know how I feel about hearing that that he died. Was kind of a dick, but
this is what we're trying to prevent. Is fools like Daresworth using these objects, these artifacts to... I mean, what if they opened up a portal that allowed an entire army of those things into our world? I think they could wipe us out without any trouble at all. We'd be the insects they'd be crushing.
Outside, you hear sirens. I know you're 20 minutes away. Yes, I know you are 20 minutes away. But you see police cars from the local area heading back the direction you came from.
Huh.
If you ever want to pull a job in this town, now's the time.
No kidding. Hey, John?
Yeah.
Do you know a place we could drop off that car?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. We should probably do that. Just so we're distancing ourselves from that debacle.
What are you talking about? Ourselves? I mean, I'm just a passenger. You made me do it.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, keep
your
plausible deniability.
I swear, officer, I'm innocent.
Well, it's,
right. Yeah,
a couple years worth of back pay.
I'm sure. I got to know somewhere nearby we can drop the car off?
You know a guy back generally near same part of town as the industrial area, not quite, but in the same, within the same general area, where you could drop it off of a chop shop of sorts. A fence? No, that's selling stolen goods, isn't it?
Yeah. Chop shop is more appropriate.
Bunko.
Well, if Deerworth is gone, that's good news for us, isn't it? Isn't he the one that's after us?
Well, who killed him?
They did. Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, but there was somebody else there with those crab things.
Other than Deerworth, you mean?
Yeah. I heard Deerworth whimpering and begging, and I heard
The security guard.
some other person who seemed to be on the side of the. I mean, unless I'm misinterpreting what happened or what I saw. Once I saw the crab things, I knew I had to get out of there. Who knows what sensory perceptions they have? Some insects can detect. Some moths can detect a tablespoon of sugar dissolved in a swimming pool full of water. Those insect things might be able to find us where we are right now. I don't know.
Huh. I don't smell like fish, do I?
I didn't say anything.
You smell like a man should smell.
Fair.
I'm just going to look uneasily at the sugar on the table.
I don't think you actually touched any fish, so.
What do we do? What do we do? If Deerworth is dead,
20 minutes away is that's a long way to go for a big city like Boston to call for backup.
Well, I actually said 20 miles, but that's a long way to go.
Oh, well, 20 miles. Maybe you didn't hear sirens. Sorry.
Yeah, I just figured they're going for something else. George is beating his wife again.
20 miles, it makes it a little bit harder for us to drop off that car, probably, Stanley. But we can hide it somewhere for now.
Well, we can drive back. Nobody's expecting us to be driving in that direction anyway.
So what are we going to give up?
Yeah, we can
for
see
the
what's.
artifact?
Well, just a second. I can tell you, those of you who've been in the town for a while, you don't have to make an idea roll. You're thinking about the guards. You're thinking about the schedule of the guards at the main building. And what you do remember is, and you can verify this, those of you, well, actually, Stanley can verify this. The guards operate on a 6 o'clock in the morning changeover before staff come in. And then there's also a 6 o'clock at night changeover. So it's 12-hour shifts. So the guards that are
if we
there.
went back, there's a few hours before there'll be new guards arriving.
Are we talking about the warehouse or the office?
You just mean Dominion guards. Just in general, everybody works on about a 12 or an 8-hour shift, and the guards seem to be there for 12 hours. They're there before you get there in the morning. They're there till after, and then there's a night shift.
If we go back to the warehouse, if your crab friends are gone, we might be able to have the place to ourselves for a little while.
Except
Because
for
the
all the
guards
dead
run
bodies.
on 12-hour shifts.
I assume there's going to be dead bodies all over the place, though.
As long as the
If what you
cops are
say
cleared
is
out.
accurate, yeah. Of course, if there's anyone still alive, we might be able to help them out.
If there's anyone still alive, they were in league with doing this. I'm quite at a loss for words. That place could be swarming with police right now.
Perhaps.
And I think, honestly, police look for somebody who suddenly shows up because people return to the scene of the crime. Isn't that what they say? People want to see what's happened after they've burned down the building, or.
Yeah, that's what they say.
So if we suddenly got caught there, they'd want to know why we were there. They'd assume that we had something to do with all the murders. I don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
the guards had nothing to do. Just the guards. Those of you who are thinking about it, the guards were not really necessarily complicit with what Mr. Deerworth was doing or his people.
No.
You've known a few of them in the past. Those of you guards are just guards.
Jimmy, what do you think we should do? What does your gut tell you?
I tend to agree with Stanley. I think we give it some time, let the cops do what they're going to do if they're there. We don't even know that for sure. But assuming that somebody heard gunshots and called it in, they're going to be checking that out. They would find the dead bodies. They would probably clean it up. And after a while, I would imagine they would all leave. As long as we go in carefully, we could. There's a chance they're still watching the building, but I don't know.
But then wouldn't they have grabbed the artifact?
The cops?
If they found it.
If they're even, do they even know? They wouldn't even know what it was.
Well, if the artifact's standing in the middle of a pool of blood, then they're probably going to bag that.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that actually might not be such a bad thing, because then it's a matter of getting it away from the police. We'd know right where. We'd know right where.
Couldn't even get it out of an empty building.
Yeah. Knocking over Dominion's one thing, but knocking over the cops, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I wasn't paid that kind of money.
But maybe we got somebody in the police force who can. Does anybody have a cocaine habit?
Percy.
I once had a bottle of Coca-Cola.
That'll do it.
But
that's the gateway.
A whole bottle?
Yes. It made me very windy. I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, it's medicinal.
Very sweet.
Well, let's risk it. Let's go back and see if anything's going on. Maybe it's all cleared out. Maybe the police haven't discovered anything's wrong yet. It's still really early in the morning.
The waiter's coming back. He goes, "You guys want more coffee? You want some food or something? Some pie or whatever?" Don't care.
Do you have any soup?
I can warm some up.
Some chowder?
Not this time of night. Like chicken.
What kind of pie?
Cherry
pie. Cherry pie and coffee.
Okay.
That sounds all right. I'll take a slice.
I'll just have a bowl of soup, please.
Chicken fried
Soup.
steak and eggs with some sausage gravy. Extra
Hey, he did
toast.
say he was hungry.
Really?
And a bed of home fries.
A whole fried chicken. Dry toast.
Four fried chickens and a Coke.
It's a gateway
All right.
drug.
Get you your food. Get you some food. You're there. It's going to take you a little while, but you got some food. I would hazard a guess right now, based on the time. It's like, it's 2:45.
I think that clock's broken. Look.
Oh, it's 2:45 in the
Making
morning.
some odd noises.
All right. We can leave in about 15 minutes, you imagine?
You're the only ones in the place now, so.
Yeah. Can you bring the check, please? Thank you.
Yep.
$4.95. Holy shit! What is this?
Nighttime charge. Night rates.
There's gold flecks in the pie. You can see it in there.
They saw the big black fancy car outside.
Oh,
It's a little
that's
beat up.
that's
but,
exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
You have
sure.
to compensate us for whatever you get for the car.
All right. You got your food. You got your bill. You paid your bill. What's your plan? You got 2 cars.
We're gonna go back into town. How about this? You guys were gonna drop that car off somewhere?
Yeah.
We can drop it off on the way.
All
It's
right, we'll drop it.
approximately on the way.
We'll drop it off on the way, and then you guys get in this car, and then we'll go.
Sure.
If you're still willing.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Easy enough. You get to the chop shop. Knock, 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 knock. Thunk, thunk. Door slides open. He recognizes you. Door looks around for cops, rolls up the door. You pull the car in, gives you a slip of paper, says, give me a day.
All right.
You're
And
out,
we'll
you're
go
gone.
Go out and get in the car with the other guys.
Okay, now before we go any further, who has, I hate to say it, who has weaponry with them? I know
No.
Percy doesn't have his rifle with him.
I've got my shooting stick.
His sword
We're not
cane.
going to play any pool or billiards.
I don't
I'm
carry any
armed with
weapons.
my ravishingly good looks.
I got a bag of tools.
No,
That's
There's a
why-
hammer in there.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking if we were leaving to go to Florida, because if we were, I would have brought the gun with me. I have a rifle too.
yeah, actually, all of our stuff is in the car outside.
That is true. Your stuff's in the trunk, your bags. So anything you have,
Hey, you guys
have
were packed
with
to go,
you.
weren't you?
Oh,
Yeah, the only things you left back at the house were the file folders, the books, the miscellaneous. You might have left some miscellaneous things like toothbrushes or whatever they had in the 20s, a stick with rat hair on it or something.
So wait a minute. I said I was bringing the files, I thought.
Yes.
Did you? Oh, you did. Oh, right. There's
Yeah.
nothing at the house.
Okay.
There's nothing at the house.
There's no ties back to the house. Okay.
Oh,
Is Ian still in audio?
oh, geez. Did we untie Mrs. Foster?
I'm still here.
I always wonder when you wander off if you can hear us. All right. Easy enough. You dropped off the car at the shop. You've untied Mrs. Fraser. So are you heading to the place? Is that your plan?
Yeah, and I think that we've pulled some of our weapons out and put them in the back seat. What do you
All right.
think? All right.
Okay. You're back at the
Yeah,
building.
let's see the general state of affairs over at Warehouse 13.
No police. There's some guy standing out on the road with his hands on his hips and a dog on a leash, and he's looking at this wood all over the road, and he's shaking his head. He just wanders off into the night. He looks back at it, and he's wandering off. He's walking his dog 3 in the morning, 3:40 in the morning, whatever, 4, not quite 4. No cops, just broken gateway.
All right.
Any new cars there that weren't there? The sedan's
Nope.
still there?
Nothing right now.
It's empty.
Well, there we go.
The car with the slash tire is gone now, or is it still there?
Still there. Hasn't moved.
Looks like we got carte
right.
blanche of the place.
Let's have a look inside then.
All right.
I'll get out of the car. Go sneaking in.
Okay. Anyone
I guess
else?
I'm gonna go see what. I'm gonna look at the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to go in through that big broken door for sure.
You're going to go that way, and we're not going to go
Yeah.
up to the catwalk.
No,
Light,
shut up down
yeah.
here.
Vogue
All right.
on the catwalk.
Yeah.
I'll go with you
I'll
guys.
let you know.
then if
I'll
we're
let you
gonna
know
go.
if I see any crab people, Dr. Brody.
Oh, I'm going with you.
All right.
Are you driving into the compound or
No.
parking on the street? Sorry.
Once we're
Okay.
getting, we're going to park out. Actually, pretty much exactly where we parked before.
Are you bringing your weapons with you, or are you leaving them in the vehicle?
Yeah, I think I'm going to bring my gun. Well,
I
definitely.
don't like all these questions.
It's just for preparation.
I don't like
Because you're not telling me what you're doing.
Hey, bring
so I
in
have
any
to
weapons. I've got
ask.
my bag of
I
tools
could-
because I'm fully
I
expecting
could
to have
just
to crack the
say
safe here.
you never said you brought it with you.
It's true.
I'm being nice.
I have my
If,
bag of tools because I plan on cracking a safe here probably.
All right.
I would think the problem is if we leave the weapons in the car, then someone's got to stay with the car with the weapons.
Just bring the goddamn weapons.
Yeah,
I know I'd
bringing
feel a lot better if you guys have weapons.
Stanley, every shoot.
Oh no. I haven't. Have I touched the gun? No, I haven't touched the gun.
Of all the people, you haven't touched a gun. Maybe that's a good thing, considering the way you've been doing stuff.
What's that supposed
What are you
to
talking
mean?
about?
It just obliterated the entire Dominion staff.
No, I'm not going postal. This is
Postal?
calm, collected, and calculated. I'll have you know.
What's the mail got to do with it?
I take my rifle out from the bag and very quickly check it, load it, and shoulder it very nimbly, like an expert marksman, and totally unlike an elderly man.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, do you want my Lee Enfield?
No, that's what I have.
Oh, okay. You got one too.
I thought you had you have a handgun, or you just have your rifle?
I've got a
Christ, you
handgun,
guys
but
look
I
like-
also own
You
a
guys
rifle.
look like you're going on some freaking African safari hunting expedition. or
Oh,
something.
believe me.
Well, we just were in Ohio, so.
Yeah, Ohio's like a jungle.
I don't
Flying
know.
dragons.
Do they even have
Yeah.
trees in Ohio?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they have
Dragons.
trees and dragons
And dragons.
and dragons.
Dragons.
All right. You know, I missed that on the map.
It's
The
the
maps
potatoes.
I looked at didn't say
Oh no, that's Iowa.
here there be dragons.
Oh,
They
yeah,
it just said Ohio.
No, Percy. Idaho. Idaho's.
Idaho. Oh, I see. I rarely leave.
That's
Canada.
just potatoes. Come on, let's go inside.
All right.
Pussyfooting. All right. So I've got my
All right, you're out. You're loaded up. You don't see anybody on the streets except for way off the distance, Buddy with his dog, and he's just meandering. Off he goes, and no traffic, no cars. I mean, there's the busted out door all over the road, which is a dead giveaway if someone does go by. You think as you pass, but no, it's you open. You go in through you pass the guard hut. There's nobody in there. No, obviously. You walk right straight to the door, I guess, listening as you go. Don't hear anything. The wooden door is knocked flat on the ground and out of 5 feet or so, like something smashed into it quite hard. A little bit of splinters and broken wood.
I'm gonna look at the door. Try and figure out what might have done that. Because I'm still a little leery on this crab people story.
Well, as you're doing that, I'm just going to point to exactly where Deerworth was. So he's over this direction.
He's
Watch
in
out
the
above you.
northeast corner of the building. You are currently on the south side, middle of the building.
If you hear anything that sounds like a giant cockroach, be ready. Something's going to come from above.
As we move through the building, I'd like to be keeping an eye on the ground. I'm not expecting them to have been on the ground much, but I'm keeping an eye out on the ground for what I would now recognize as the tracks of one of these things. The strange pincery feet.
It's a cement floor, isn't it?
Yes, but they might have
Oh,
You
left
could walk
some
through
sort
blood
of
or something.
yeah.
blood or water or
Fish
soup.
guts.
All right.
Well, there's blood on the door. This is one thing Stanley noticed right away. There is a splatter mark, plunk, on the door. Looking at the body just inside the door and the head, you think, well, that guy was thrown right against the door initially. But there is some splintered wood and some breakage. You're not an expert, but you would say it looks like something hit the door after the bloody mess was made on the door. And that's all you really can tell. Something very strong smashed into the door from the inside after this bloody mark was made by the guy on the floor right now.
Jesus,
And
Stanley, I don't like this much.
Yeah, it's kind of messy. You
Dr.
gotta.
Brody, where is that artifact going to be if it's in here?
I have no idea. But Deerworth was over in this direction, and I'm moving in that
All right.
direction carefully.
Let's go check him.
Great.
And I'm keeping an eye
Maybe-
out for
Maybe he's got it.
skitterers.
Jimmy, can you make a spot hidden since you're kind of, you don't seem to be the most combat oriented, so you're looking around as they're walking. So could you make a, I'll say spot hidden.
You did say Jimmy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sort of taking the rear, sort of one eye on the door and one eye on the group. 53. That is a fail. I have 40.
Okay. You're just looking around. You're nervous. You're looking around. You remember what happened in the various other situations you've been in. So you're not, that's it. You're just,
Yep.
Dark, a little scary. That's it. Okay. So you guys are walking. When you enter the door, enter the main way, the southern door. The southern wall, there's an open area along the southern wall, which would be, you can tell by tire tracks in the ground where things have forked trucks and things have come in and out and moved things. There are shelves. There are 4 sets of shelves, 1, 2, 3, 4 in front of you that run north-south. And as Dr. Brody noticed before, on the right-hand side, which would be the west end of the building, there are 3 more shelves that run east-west. On the shelves, there's various boxes and things, and it's just stacked. Outside of game, you remember the Raiders of the Lost Ark at the end of the movie where they stored the Lost Ark of the Covenant. That's the kind of thing you're seeing, but at a smaller scale for descriptive purposes. As you walk along this darkened room, you get around to the far corner, the far side, you turn left. There's a door that goes out the side, just like at the other end of the building. And there, up top the catwalk, there's another door, and down below, there's Deerworth, dead on the ground. Snipped and cut, and blood everywhere. And
I'm going to go up, still looking around, flip open his clothes if there's any clothes there, looking to see if the artifact is anywhere on him or anywhere near him. I'm ignoring the blood and the guts and the gore.
I would roll a spot hidden, all of you, perhaps.
Oh, 1.
Get
Nope,
it.
I failed.
Okay. Will you unfind what he finds? Okay.
I rolled a 59. I made it by 1 point. So
okay. All right. Dr. Brody, I'll get to you in a second. Percy, you found crumpled in his hands paper notes torn from a book, like it's been torn from a book. And I don't know, you can just see there's paper crumpled in his hands. You wouldn't have seen it if you weren't looking for something out of the ordinary. Dr. Brody, you can see underneath the shelf, that slid underneath the shelf, an object that resembles the object that was found in Northern Ontario, being the stone.
I immediately go for it, possibly for a split second, not paying attention to anything else around. Are you fucking kidding me?
From above on the catwalk, since you guys didn't even look up there, comes down from above, something flying down towards you.
All right. I'm still diving for the artifact. Yep.
You were all surprised. Of course, Stanley and John, you see in the light of the silhouetted with the light behind it, what looks like a giant friggin' bug, like a praying mantis, like a cicada with giant long legs, like the wings and the, what the hell? So make a sand roll, please.
Right.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I passed.
I failed.
Oh, good. Oh, how badly did you fail?
Oh, I failed by 17.
Ooh.
17 higher than my sanity.
All right.
Can't spend luck on sanity anyway.
No. You take 2. Only 2. because you can't quite see. You just see the shape falling from the sky right now, but you cannot. You're like off into the corner. You're moving off in the corner, away from this thing, as fast as your little geologist legs can take you. You're
In
like,
fairness,
what the hell?
so am I.
Oh yeah. You're running too. I would assume that even without the other three.
Yep. Just with
you guys have
less
seen
of
this
a
kind of
girly
stuff.
scream.
Yeah, with less of the girlish. Yes, absolutely. So you three can. Well, Dr. Brody's diving. So Percy and Jimmy, you can react to this as you choose.
You can go first, Percy.
Now, is it moving?
Yes, it's coming from above on the catwalk. It isn't to you yet. It's making its chittery, and you can hear its wings flapping. It's such a quiet. I didn't make you roll to listen to hear it, but it's coming down from above towards you. It's actually heading towards Dr. Brody, who's a little ways off to the side.
I'm taking no chances. We've encountered these things before. They are malevolent and evil. I am going to level my rifle and take aim and fire.
Roll to hit.
I've rolled a 6.
Ooh.
Oh, which is an extreme.
Wow.
Oh. Nice. What's the damage on
Who's the old duffer now?
That was with a rifle, you said, right?
Yes.
Lee Enfield?
And,
So it does impale
that's
damage?
that's a 30-6. Oh, that would be impaled, wouldn't it? So it does. That's maximum plus the roll.
2d6 plus 4 plus
Okay.
2d6 plus 4. Except, well,
Okay. So it does 16.
16 plus 2d6
plus
16.
13. So that's it does 29 points of damage.
Percy does not mess around.
The creature takes the shot in the chest, knocks it asunder, crashes into the closest shelving unit above Dr. Brody, crunching to the ground. Not necessarily dead, but you've shot it out of the air like a dove on a hot summer hunting day. Dr. Brody, you've reached the object. You can grab it.
All right, I pull it out. Is it what I think it is?
It's what you think it is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I sort of wrap it into my jacket, and as I'm sort of extracting myself, I assume this thing is right there. You know,
It's right there. It's crashed and it's landed beside you. It's slowly coming to itself and up again. And
I don't know. At this point, I look over at John and Stanley, and I'm like, see, like this. I say, you want to see something really weird? Watch what happens when we kill it.
You're having a very stimulating conversation.
You're standing pointing at
this, of me.
This thing right here.
Yeah, right.
Look at it. Look at it.
Coup de grace. We got to kill it. So I'm standing up. I've got the thing. I'll pull out my gun and put it up against the thing's brain case or whatever it is.
Jimmy gets a chance first, though, because he's if he's going to do anything, he's right there.
Right.
So is it very close to Brody then? Like I already,
It's
as Percy
right
was
beside
drawing,
him. Yeah, but
I was
it's
drawing
big.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just if it doesn't seem safe that I will hit Dr. Brody, I won't shoot. If it seems safe, I will.
Well, let's base it on what is your actual weapon score. Gives
It's
you an
not
idea
bad.
how confident you are.
I did a lot of practicing, so it's not bad. I'm at a 60.
Okay, you don't feel you're going to hit Dr. Brody. He's not hugging the thing. He's just beside it.
That's all I meant.
I'll just get splattered if you hit a 99.
3 feet away. Yep, that's a fail. I jinxed it. 86.
Well, you're surprised. It crashed. You just aimed. You probably shot over it into the shelves, and like $100,000 worth of artifacts just blew up and just shards of Tibetan glass. And so, by the way, John and Stanley, you guys reached the far corner. Stanley, you're like, what the hell? What the hell? And John, you're like, calm down. Whatever. Probably not saying that at this moment. But
Right,
as you reach the far end of the corner of this building, there's a door. But around the corner, coming through, is a wounded, another one of these creatures. Now it's dragging a wing. It's not like the wing isn't severed. It looks like it's got what you guess to be a shotgun blast or something like that to its body. But it comes around the corner, and it's a good 20 feet away from you, and it's moving towards you now. So you've run right towards another one.
God, I will grab that hammer.
Okay. You have the equivalent of initiative.
And I hand a crowbar to Stanley. I'd have a crowbar in my
Am
back
I cognizant enough to being being handed a
don't know.
crowbar?
You know you're being handed something. You
if
can
you're
take
not,
it, but
it's
you're like,
okay,
what the
it'll fall on your
what?
face.
What am I gonna do with that? Oh.
This is about to get all Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, so this is your initiative. You have the time to react. You've handed
Right.
the thing over, and now you can attack.
I'm gonna try to hit it with this hammer. Probably not gonna. Oh, I rolled an 11. It's a hard success. I assume it used brawl.
Good. Yep. Where were you aiming for on its body? Just
Oh, the
interest.
big exposed brain thing. That just sounds like a weak spot to me.
It looks gross and weak and brainy. Yep. Okay. Roll for damage.
What's the damage on a hammer?
It's a club, 1d8
D4 or
plus
D6?
8.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep,
1d8
plus 4.
1d8
There you
plus
go.
8.
1d8
You're a pretty
plus
strong
8?
guy.
I'm sorry, it's not an 8. It's a damage,
It's damage
bonus.
bonus. Yeah.
Yep.
6, because I have 0 damage bonus.
Okay. Clean hit. Bang on the brain case. The thing staggers back. Swipes a good arm at you guys. I guess you're the closest because you're attacking.
Yeah.
No, it swings. It's sort of the wind from its wing pushes you back. It doesn't hit you, but the trailing edge of the wing smacks against you like a big wet leather blanket.
It looks like it hit me because I stumbled back even more in reaction to try to get out of its reach.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you can react if you wish, Stanley. You've got this crowbar in your hand. You're like, oh, this is what he gave it to me for. Not the door.
I'm gonna give it a half-hearted poke. Holy crap!
You guys are using up all your good rolls.
No,
Oh no.
no, I didn't.
Uh-oh.
Hey guys, it's the best roll in the game.
0, 0, 0?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
nice.
boy.
Oh.
Yes.
That's not good.
Watch where you're putting that
What are you
thing.
talking about? What are you talking about? I'm a professional crowbarring person.
All right. I haven't had this happen. Well, how do we deal with this? This is an utter failure, is it not?
You
Oh,
get
yes.
distracted and start removing nails from a nearby piece of wood.
You go to poke him with it, and you're thinking, and not only do you miss him completely, you sort of stumble into his outstretched arm,
His claw.
and it's surprised initially, and it just grabs a hold of you, and you drop the crowbar. So you could it's not holding you tight. I mean, this is the wounded arm, but so it's got its arm around you and claws. No, we won't say it does any damage to you, but it hurts.
Ow, that's the shop.
With the claws.
Can we see what's going on over there?
You hear fighting off to the side, but Dr. Brody, I guess you're going to take a shot now at the other one, are you?
Well, I'm literally just going to walk over to it and put my gun up against its head and fire. It's
All right, you have that opportunity because it still hasn't recovered completely yet. Go for it. And you
20,
Unless you
Yeah.
roll a 0-0. You
20,
really
22
miss.
out of 40. So,
All right, go for it. Roll
and
damage.
my gun.
You guys are like ego killers.
I got a 9. Is that all my damage? Okay. All right.
It's point blank. I'll give you a little bit of a bonus on it. Okay.
10.
The creature drops. I mean, the creature just drops to the ground. So it's not. I mean, they have. You look closer. It has been wounded as well
All right.
from the previous fight. But
My-
the other creature, there's still a combat going on behind you to your left.
Right.
Yeah,
And is it?
my reaction is going to be I'm going to run that direction, but it'll take me a couple
Well,
of
not
rounds
yet.
to get there.
Is this thing like grappling with Stanley? Kind of.
It's going for you. It swung its right arm at you. The left
just
arm has
wrapped
been
it around.
wounded. It
Okay.
grabbed a hold of Stanley, and
Okay.
Stanley lost control of his.
No, fair enough.
Poke
I'll
back
just
stick.
try to hit it again with the hammer.
Go for it.
No, it's a critical failure. I rolled a 98, and I only have 25 skill.
Oh man,
Roll your dexterity just for interest.
we're like the Three
Um,
Stooges over here.
Well,
Oh,
next up is
no.
Percy sharpshooting. So
Oh,
Yeah, can I
no,
just
no, I
remind you-
failed that too,
Can I just
and I don't
remind
have
you
enough
guys
luck.
that Percy just did 29 points of damage and it did not kill it, and you guys are swinging tools at it?
Uh huh.
Okay.
Well,
It's
it's
wounded
more
already.
wounded.
It's fine.
It's more
All
wounded.
It's fine.
You
That's all I
you're
got.
That's actually the most
hammer comes out of your
destructive
hand.
single shot I've ever done in this game.
Yes.
That
Yep.
was-
It's going down in the books.
get ready to do another one.
John, your hammer flies out of your hand. You actually lose
Ah.
control of it in the panic.
It's all the gooey
Sw-
bug guts from the last strike. Yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It's the blood and guts. It's just made it slippery in the handle, and it goes boom, flies out of the hand. You aren't injured, but now you're like, whoa, what else? What else is in my bag? Clippers.
Yeah.
Sledgehammer.
That's the next.
Oh, Stanley dropped the crowbar.
Yeah,
I'll pick that
that's
up.
right. Okay, you can go for the crowbar. That's fine. Percy and Jimmy and Dr. Brody. Well, Dr. Brody's tied up with shooting the thing in the head, but what are you two doing? You notice there's combat going off to your right.
Well, before I do anything, I am going to eject the shell casing and load this, and I'm going to retrieve the shell casing as well, because I'm not going to leave that lying there.
Retrieve that brass. Yes.
That's yeah.
Shoot,
They
Percy,
could
shoot.
link that to me. Well, can I see them? Can I see this?
You can see
somewhere?
combat and scuffling happening over to your right. Like this is the combat you had is right in front of you, like 15, 20 feet in front of you. But they're down maybe 30 feet or more.
In
down
that
way to the right.
case, I'm going to take a round to get myself into a more advantageous position.
Sure.
So I'm going to move down towards them to find somewhere where I can get a good angle on the thing.
You can get a good angle and brace yourself against a desk that is
Oh,
between
good,
you
yes,
and the
that would be
doorway.
Good. I can sit down while I'm doing it. I do get awfully tired at my age.
I was thinking it was like a work desk, like a shop desk, but okay. Jimmy, what are you doing? Percy's aiming, preparing, sniping.
I'm going to just start moving towards them, ready to fire, but I'm going to hold my shot and aim also because Stanley is like being held by him. So to me, that's too close.
Okay.
But as soon
Okay,
as,
so
like,
you
if there's a break and there's a chance, I'll shoot.
You're going to move closer, though, so that you have a better
Yeah.
angle. All right. You guys, so next turn will have to be for that then, so you guys can do that.
Can I interrupt
Stanley.
real quick? Can I interrupt real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
So were the guard bodies still there too?
There's the guard at the doorway. Sorry, I guess I missed telling you about the other guard. There was a guard at the main doorway. His head was smashed. He hit the door and fell down.
And the
As
body,
you were working,
I guess what I'm trying to get at real quick is, if the police came, to me, in my mind, they would have taken the bodies away.
Yeah.
But
they
but
didn't
you're
come.
saying they're still there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Nobody has been
that's-
here.
All right, that's all I wanted to know.
Okay.
Thank
But I did. You did make a good point. In unintentionally, was that as you were walking to, you go in the doorway, you go to your right along the south wall. You have to make a left to go around the shelving, and halfway up the west wall is where Deerworth was against the wall. You would have passed by 2 more dead guards, one of whose arms were chopped off, and 2 more shotguns lying beside them. I should have said that in case you guys wanted shotguns, but
Well, you kind
you
of
were
did.
too much of a hurry.
You didn't say the shotgun, but you did say
Yeah.
the bodies, and I said I'm just going to ignore them.
Yeah. Okay.
Heading towards.
So you did pass by. So 3 guards dead that you have seen, and Deerworth, and So now you're on the. So you guys are aiming. John or Stanley, rather. Do you wish to? The thing has a hold of you with a wounded arm. It's leathery yet insect arm with a claw on the end, and it's. Gotcha.
So in 80s monster movies, when the classic damsel in distress gets grabbed by the monster and is getting carted off, that flailing
And
that's mostly
screaming.
ineffectual.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do
Yes.
that.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
Are
and
you
it's mostly
actually
ineffectual.
trying to?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
trying to wriggle it out?
I'm trying to get out, but
Okay.
yeah. So fighting brawl, and yes, it's mostly
Sure.
ineffectual.
Did you rolled for it?
Uh-huh.
You could try one
Okay.
of these,
All right.
Stanley, too.
Dum, 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 dum. Let me go. How
Hit it
dare
in the
you.
brain.
I think I'd be more effective if someone would give me maracas.
Too bad you don't have your character doesn't have a fear of insects, because you'd be just.
Oh man, that'd be perfect.
So John, what are you doing? Well, he's wriggling and trying to get away. You
Oh,
don't know what's
Jesus.
happening
I would
behind
try to
you.
hit the thing with the crowbar.
Sure. Make a roll. It's kind of slowed down now. Now it's wounded and it has someone in its arm. So
Yeah. In my opinion, I think we're beating it. I think we're winning. Jesus Christ. Let's roll triple zeros.
really,
My God, yeah. 0-0.
This is
Okay.
the
Yep.
best game ever.
Percy.
Holy shit.
Time's the charm.
So maybe I whack Stanley with the crowbar?
I'm
Accidentally?
thinking that's what you did, actually. Yep. You take a swing. You're aiming for the brain, and he's
Damage.
trying to hit it and escape. So you're gonna have to roll damage to Stanley.
5 points, Stanley. Sorry
Bonk.
about that.
You get hit in the head with a crowbar, Stanley.
Oh.
Someone
I
paid
think that's a
these
major
two to
wound.
be here.
Is that half your health?
Yeah. That's
it is.
major wound.
Okay.
Concussion, maybe?
Oh yeah.
Bonk. Okay, so you're bonked in the head. You're probably dozing off right now and no longer.
Plus
Yeah,
this
usually you roll
caffeine.
a constitution check to see if you can maintain
I would do that.
consciousness. Yeah. For
yeah,
a
that's a
major
fail.
wound.
You're out. You are out and sliding out of the thing's arms, luckily, because now you're dead weight and it's dropping you. Okay, Percy, you may take a shot.
Do I get any bonus for aiming?
Yes, you do, and Stanley has now dropped, like plonk. It's like in an action movie when you say drop and the person drops, then you've got a good shot.
Is that a bonus die for?
You're welcome.
I will subtract from your roll.
Well, I rolled a 31, which is a standard pass.
All right, you have a bonus of 12.
Okay, that would then make it a hard pass.
Okay. Roll appropriate damage.
Ooh. Oh. I did 7 points of damage that time.
That's enough. It's dead. Think of, I won't give a meta futuristic. It's a bug. Splat. Okay. Its carapace is cracked. You've hit it. and it's splat everywhere. Stanley is already dropped to the floor. John, you are there, and you see it happen. You bug guts all over you.
I grab
so that's
Stanley
it.
and try to drag him away from it.
Okay.
Just in case it's still alive
Easy
or
enough.
something. I don't know.
It's not. Okay. All right. You guys have 2 dead bugs,
Oh,
and you have the.
now comes the creepiest part of all, guys. You ready for this? 5 minutes, those things won't be here.
5 minutes, I won't be here.
They seem
Get
to
the
dissolve.
fuck out of here.
They dissolve, these things.
Yeah, I'll
Not even
take your
5
word for it,
minutes.
Dr. Brody. I
Yeah.
believe you now. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
As the thing's life ebbs from its bodies, it's like a portal. Like, oh, you don't know what the portal is. It's like a pool of blue appears
character doesn't know
beneath
what
it,
portal
and the
is,
things
but
go
I know.
foop, foop, gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Whoa.
All right, let's go.
Um,
I got the
I think
things.
Someone might need to give Mr. Berkowitz some first aid. I think he's
Well, who's the strongest? Let's pick him up and
looking
get him in the
well.
car first.
Yeah, we'll carry him for now. We can give him first aid in the car.
Dr. Brody, could you make a? Actually, I'm going to ask not Jimmy, Percy. Could you make a spot hidden? And Dr. Brody, I need you to make an idea roll.
Okay. That was a damn good shot, Percy, by the way.
That was awesome.
Idea roll. I got a 67 out of 85.
No, I'm afraid I've failed. I've got the wrong glasses on.
Okay. Dr. Brody, as you're moving out, you guys are wanting to get out. You're moving towards the front doors again. You're looking around and you see there's a lot of stuff on these shelves that, wow. And you get the idea that perhaps you should contact Miskatonic University about this.
Oh. Yeah.
It's just like a sort of a side thought as you're leaving, that there's a lot of stuff here that, because you see there's labels on the ends of the aisleways that say Africa, Indonesia, Africa, Tibet, America.
I suspect too there might be other kinds of artifacts in here.
Mm-hmm. Having discussions with Zane, not Zane, I'm sorry, Dean, in the past, you know that they've collected artifacts, and this is perhaps where one of the locations are that they've been storing these. And you do believe that some of these have been lifted perhaps from museums and such around the world. So you feel you may wish to contact Miskatonic about this.
All right. All right, so let's go. Let's get out of here. I'm driving, so if somebody wants to do some first aid on Stanley. God, that was a great shot, Percy.
Yes,
I've never seen such a good shot.
You couldn't have done any worse if you were wearing a dress.
I'm terrified now that I've used up all my good rolls.
Well, that's okay.
Well, I know who's used up their bad rolls.
Yeah, Stanley and I got you covered on the critical fails.
Don't say that. Bad things do happen in threes.
Well, you.
So we're due another 000.
You fumbled once and I fumbled twice. Technically, my first fumble was a 98, but still.
So who's going to do first aid?
I can try. Not very good at it.
Any of you have?
Don't
first
fumble
aid?
that one.
Yeah, don't roll a 99.
Stick your finger in there.
Yeah, I gave him I got this stuff here in this vial. It's called morphine. I gave him the whole thing, but I don't know. He's still asleep.
He's still sleeping
I've
so
got it,
well.
but only at a base 30.
Guys, look, if I stick my hand through his head, I can move his mouth like a puppet.
Like a puppet, yeah.
Oh, actually, I've got pretty good first aid, but I'm driving.
I literally rolled a 96. That is a fumble.
No, don't put the tourniquet around his head.
Call of Cthulhu starter dice.
Oh man, they're
cursed.
They're cursed.
The last three rolls of a 98, 196.
Let's chip in and buy you some new dice.
I'm no expert, Mr. Burnett, but I don't think that's where the catheter goes.
Well, here, you do it then. I don't know what to do with this thing.
Or how do you manage a fumble on first aid?
I think he's dead.
I don't think he's
Well,
good.
He is
how
now.
much damage do you do on a first aid fumble?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I've never encountered that either. Let's just here's what I'll say. You hit him with a hammer in the head or a crowbar in the head.
Yeah.
You've did some major internal damage, like concussion type damage.
Mm.
You are trying to do what you can to make him better in some way, shape, or form. And what you've managed to do is unimprove the concussion by, I don't know, shaking his head. Wake up, something like that.
I don't know.
You've made it worse. Let's
Put
take
some
another.
leaves on it.
Put some lambus leaves. What is it? So Stanley, you take 2 more points of damage,
Okay.
and you are not waking up right now.
Let's get
Okay.
into Boston General.
Can you guys? Well, let's say if I had 6 seconds to live, would it be possible to say like stabilize me or something?
That's what first aid's supposed to do.
That's what first aid does. Yeah.
Here, let me get at it. I'm going to park the car.
Okay, pull the car over.
and
Stop
climb
it.
over this.
Yep.
I got a 5.
Okay.
So,
You can
You at 1 point.
undo 1 damage, 1 point of damage. Yes.
Okay.
So you fix some of the damage. You position his head in such a way. You put whatever. You don't have ice packs, but you're doing what you can to make him more stabilized. Get away from here, John. So yeah, you're not dead. How many points does that leave you with, actually, health-wise?
Is he gonna be okay?
we need
1.
to get-
Excellent. Okay.
We need to get him to
John
General
almost
Hospital.
killed me twice.
Okay.
Holy shit!
All right. So
I feel terrible about it.
So what
I'm
is
so
your
glad he's
plan?
gonna live.
Stanley doesn't know this. He's unconscious.
General Hospital.
All right. So Boston General Hospital. Boston General? Is it Boston General?
I don't know what it is.
Whatever it's
Boston
called.
General. We used Edison
Wasn't
Hospital.
that a TV show, Boston General?
Just General Hospital or whatever.
I don't know. Okay. So you get to the hospital. It's 4 minutes. Let's just say you get to the hospital. You get him put in. What are you going to use as the reason for
He
what
fell
happened?
down the stairs and he banged his head on the
On a
railing.
crowbar.
It was an Art Deco railing made out of crowbars,
It's
just welded together.
excellent. Okay.
It'll be all the rage in like 50 years.
Who's doing the talking to the nurse or doctor at the front? The triage kind of.
Well,
Yes,
well,
I-
I'm not going to do it.
No,
No.
I
I'm doing
don't.
it.
I don't trust.
They put their
medicine.
hands on your mouth. Shh, shh, Percy.
I'm a biologist, so I wouldn't know how to talk. So
There was this crab. Um,
Well, whoever's going to talk to the doctor, just make a very quick roll on persuasion or something. You tell
Fast
me what your
all right.
fast
All right.
talk, anything that will make sense to you. I will give you that.
Well, it would actually be fast talk, but let's see. Persuade. No, I got a 51, and my persuade is only a 20. So I will spend 32 points of luck.
It'd be
Pass.
31, but
31.
All right, you can do that.
All right, I'll do that.
You have to find some luck. All right.
Well, that takes me
Yep.
down to 19 in luck. So
Okay.
I've got 19 luck.
All right. They're like, really? Okay, whatever. Another bar fight. What, speakeasy or something? Whatever. Fine. Okay. They admit him. They say, look, just let us take care of him. Come back tomorrow and we'll talk about what we need to talk about. So I assume you guys are all going to just sort of regroup and go somewhere. What are you going to do? Well,
You're
he's
going to
in the
find a
hospital.
motel or a hotel. They don't have motels yet. Hotel.
Okay.
I don't think they have motels yet.
Lots of
I
hotels.
think they did have motels.
Motor
Find a
hotel. Yeah, I
hotel.
think they existed back then. Yep. Okay, easy enough hotel nearby. You've got some cash. You're getting low on cash from what Mr. Sterling left with you, but you have enough to get into a hotel. You get into the hotel. You've got your room. You can all sleep, and let's end it there for the night, Tom.
Okay. That's a good spot. Are we going to get any luck back?
Usually at the end of a scenario.
Yeah, you'll get a little wait if you're gonna wait for him, unless you're gonna replace him with a new character. You're gonna have to.
I've been down to 11 luck since the first session. So
Yeah. Our players included Jeff Wilkins, Mick Swan, Ian Christensen, Brian Daly, and myself, with Sean Little as the keeper of the secrets. We usually play 4 times a week, and we post to the YouTube within a couple of days of each episode. We also post the audio versions on iTunes and Podbean. Just so you know, we don't monetize our shows. The only shows that have ads are because we occasionally use copyrighted music. The music owners get the cash, we don't. Our costs are almost entirely covered by our patrons. What's not covered comes out of our own pockets. By pledging just a couple of dollars a month, you are directly helping us defray costs and improve our show. So if you enjoyed our show and you'd like to become one of our patrons, just visit our Patreon account. You can find the link in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Riley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.